are your names, and how did you meet?
My name is Vincent. If you want full name or...
Vincent, yeah, that first name is fine.
My name is Vincent.
I'm Nyla.
Leo.
And we met... I knew both of them... I knew Nyla separately. I knew Leo separately. But like when the band was coming together... yeah, Nyla and I know each other because we just like met at a party and we were friends from that. Leo and I know each other because our mutual friend introduced us and then we went to a concert together. But when the band was coming together, it was me and Angelina putting up flyers, but both of them didn't respond to the flyers. I think we asked Nyla to play keys for us, and then Leo just like heard, I guess. I think Misa told you. Yeah.
Why the name?
This summer, me and Angelina were just like throwing like names around back and forth. Like if you go into like our Snapchat logs, like it's all just like stupid ass names. And then I had the idea for Static Transmission. It doesn't really mean anything. I was like, you know, like in HBO, like how it does the logo at the start, it goes wah. That's called. I found out that's called a Static Angel, and I was like, whoa, Static Angel is a cool name, but it's kind of try hard to make that the name of the band. So then I was like, Static what? Like, swap out Angel, Static what? And then I put Static Transmission, and I sent it to Angelina, and she's like, no, that sucks. And then like a week later, I was like, dude, no, like give it another chance. And she like typed it out on like different fonts to like see how it would look visually, and she was like, wait, you snapped. And I was like, thank you.
What motivates the band's sound? As in, like, why do you make the music that you do? Or did you conceive of yourself making the music that you do now in the beginning?
Well, I mean, I feel like it was advertised as like a dark wave post-punk flyer, but we're definitely not like dark wave or post-punkish that much. So it's like, I think it's just like a result of our tastes. Like we all like the same kind of music, like the alternative, heavy, hardcore shit, like emo music and post-punk. So we're all kind of, we're influenced by that naturally, so that naturally comes out as our creative output, I think.
I also feel like we figured out kind of quickly when like we tried more to stick to the dark wave moment, but it ended up being kind of like derivative stuff.
Yeah, sort of going off of that, which artists would you say in particular have inspired the band?
New Order, I'd say.
I don't know that we're ever like, hey, we need to make a song like these people.
Yeah.
It's more like we'll be working on a song already, and then like as we try and like whittle it down and like distill it to what we think the best version of it could be, we'll pick out like songs as like references.
Yeah.
So like we've done that for the Noise Wave. We did that for like a New Order song and like a Twin Tribe song. What other?
I can't think of any other ones that we've like intentionally been like.
Yeah. I mean, what comes to mind is like we're not like rip-offs, but like the people who influence us, like Sonic Youth, in terms of like ethos and performance, just philosophy. Joy Division. It's very like punk ethos, DIY scene. Yeah.
Got you. Okay, Angelina's here, so I think I'll let her get into the mix. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
All right, so I asked you guys about how you guys met. Maybe, Angelina, if you could talk about how you and Vincent met, that would be helpful to the story.
Yeah, so Vincent's like my bestie. We met at a house show for WNUR actually last year. And we just like, Nyla was also there when we met, like the first time we met.
Us three? Oh wait, no.
Yeah, it was like, we saw each other at the party, like casually talking, whatever, and then we like saw each other back at the dorm that like everyone just ended up in, and so we just started like talking. We were talking for a super long time, and then we're just like, okay, bye, and then we just like saw each other at more shows and stuff, and we were like, wait, we like the same music, like, and then me and Vincent like we're thinking of making a band, but we didn't really like know that many people, and then found out that Nyla played instruments too, and like over the summer, and then that's when we put our posters up, being like looking for other guitarist, drummer. Yeah. Sorry.
Nice. So the structure of this next segment is like, I went to a few of your shows, and I tried to find like, I don't think anybody's like interviewed you in like a more significant capacity yet, and so I feel like I'm the first one. So I tried to put together some albums which your music reminded me of.
Yeah, cool.
So I picked out these two first.
That's fire.
I chose the
exciting.
first Black
Oh, yeah.
or Damaged by Black Flag, and I chose the Fugazi 13 Songs album. What can you say about these two albums, which pertain to your music or just like your music taste?
Anyone?
That's an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Flag Damage is like one of my favorite albums of all time. Thanks.
Yeah, that's just fucking cool that you did that.
Yeah, I
in
think
the
like,
first place.
like Fugazi like spot on. Like we're
Yeah,
really-
for me, I'm especially geeked at the Black Flag one, because Six Pack was the first punk song I'd ever listened to. My English teacher, when I was like a freshman in high school, was like, "Listen to this song; it will change your life." And I did, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like I love being rageful." And, yeah,
Yeah, that's spot on. Yeah.
Like rageful and like a little silly.
yeah, goofy rageful.
Like I think that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe more on that because you guys talk about Sonic Youth, and I also maybe like Minutemen as well, like that whole punk, like the '80s punk era. Maybe what do you draw aesthetically from them as well? Because you guys make posters and stuff like that. How does that era of aesthetic contribute to like the general theme of your band?
I guess for me, I make some of the flyers. I'm really big just on like handmade, like I guess like you could say maybe analog, I don't know, like collage sort of stuff, just like very DIY, like yeah.
And I think I make some of the flyers as well, and I mean, not only do I do music, but I'm also like an artist, and I like to bring as much of my work as I can into the band. Like I've made a couple designs and everything, and also just like we're getting merch soon, and I've designed like a couple things along with other artists that we know. So yeah, we just like the community aspect, I think, of punk is like a big thing to us.
All right, I chose another two albums. These are, one of them I just chose because it was on your Instagram, and the other one chose because I'm actually familiar with it. I chose Souvlaki and Around the Fur. Yeah, I mean, I saw this on your Instagram, and I was also familiar with Slow Dive. So, why do you like Slow Dive? What's interesting about like this genre or this type of music?
It's beautiful.
They're fucking
It's
goated.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Beautiful. I
awesome.
think we have two sides of us too, and I think you captured it quite well with the post-hardcore and then the shoegaze. Yeah.
Like, I remember the first time I heard shoegaze was in like 2019. I was like 14 years old, and I put on Loveless because I saw it online on like a 4chan thread. And,
Hello.
Yeah. And
Slash
like
mute.
as soon as Only Shallow like played, I was like, holy fucking shit, this is insane. Like I want to do this.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're doing now. Like, we're doing it. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And what about Deftones? I feel like Deftones, when I listen to your music, there's a lot of that aspect too. Yeah, and that and like this and White Pony, I think they have some resonance.
I feel like we're not that heavy, if
Speak
that
on
makes
it.
sense.
I
Like,
think. Oh, sorry.
no. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we have like a whimsy that's more like straightforward punk than like new metal. I don't know.
I think from Deftones, it's maybe some of the texture than anything. We were in the studio last Monday, and we used some Deftones songs that we showed to our engineer to talk about like how we want it to like, I guess like feel in the ears. So I think maybe texture more than anything.
I think for me too, I would say like Chino in Deftones is like big inspo for like theatrics and stuff that I put on. I think like while you are singing, it's like good to put emotion and everything. And I like how he can have like a rasp and like a hardness to it, but he also is very like lyrical and like beautiful, and I like that about him, and I feel like I try to bring like aspects of that to our music.
All right. For my last one, I kind of try to throw a curveball. I chose 2 hip hop albums. I chose The Money Store and I chose Die Lit. What can you say about, maybe this is more with regards to like how you want the crowd to feel? Like, what about, like, I feel like in the sort of inheritance of like that sort of like really thrashing crowd sort of scene, I feel like that's been inherited somewhat by like rage and industrial hip hop. And so, what can you say about these 2 albums, which may or may not have resonance with what you're doing?
When I do the cover of Los Fritos in my head, I think of MC Ride. It's like I've seen so many live performances of Death Grips, and like the way MC Ride just like puts all his emotion into the songs and like really gets the crowd going. That's how I feel when I cover one song. So I think that's a big inspiration for me for theatrics and performing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super influenced by rap in general. I think I probably listen to more rap than anything else.
What's your favorite rapper to listen to?
I like Big Pun. I like Big Pun. Tupac too, obviously.
All right. So the next segment, I follow Angelina on Instagram, and Angelina, I see you like a lot of Instagram reels, so I wanted to show you guys some Instagram reels and see what you guys can take from them. Well, I have to wait. Hold on, I have to restart the reel. This is gonna be awkward. Okay, hold on.
People always say that to me. Like, they're always like, you like all the reels that I see. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just follow. Okay.
Okay. Here's a reel.
Great stuff.
I don't know how long it lasts, but it doesn't last very long. Okay. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The questions are, so what is the difference between like art and culture? So like, and by that same like kind of vein, what's the difference between music and like just pure noise? So like, the reason why I show you that reel is because it's like, okay, we have like this sort of like visual culture seemingly, but there's a difference between that and art, or at least we would want to think so.
That
And-
video and art?
Yeah, or do we want to consider like brain rot content to be art? And this is sort of related because it's like there's a lot of like noise artists now, and so like what's the difference between noise and music, or if there's any difference? And so yeah, I was hoping you guys could comment on that.
Yeah, I think this touches on a lot of the stuff that I'm interested in, because I am like an experimental filmmaker other than like doing this and everything. And yeah, I feel like in the way that like that experimental art moves, I think it's bad policing it, being like, this isn't art, why this doesn't have like substance, this and that, because I feel like, I don't know, it just depends on the intention of the person making it. And like the video that you showed, how it's just sort of like all this brain rot. It's like, well, what does it mean and what did it make you feel? And what was the intention behind showing those specific pieces? And I feel like that transfers into noise art in a way where it's like, I don't know, a lot of it is very like meditative and a feeling, rather than like, I'm listening to a melody and I can like get down to this. Like, I don't know.
Kind of going off of that, I feel like culture has more to do with like the way art is like consumed, or it's like filtered through a collective, rather than it being like a type of art. Because then I think that gets into like the high art, low art thing, and then it's like is just the ballet art. So I feel like that as like a distinction can be dangerous. Yeah.
And maybe in that same vein, like, how can art succeed or fail? Or like, can art succeed or fail, or does like art just kind of exist?
I mean, I think in in a modernist way, to think that art should have a purpose or like have an aim to succeed. I don't know. I think I'm a very art for art's sake like person. So like, I think if it's made and it's put out, then like it succeeded because it's like completed.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, like, there's an audience for everything. Like, so if you're monitoring success in that way, then I don't know. In that sense, I guess everything succeeds. But yeah, going off what Nyla said, I think it's if it makes you feel good and you feel like you're expressing yourself, and you know, like people will like it and people will resonate with it as well. And if no one does, then I don't know what to tell you.
And why should people listen to your guys' music?
Why not?
Should they? Like,
Why not?
I don't know.
Why not?
If they like it.
I low-key think it's kind of good. So like I
Pretty
I think it's kind
good.
of good. So take a listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I have another Instagram reel. This one, maybe I have to make it bigger, but I'll read it out. This one says, "Men used to shave their heads to go to war. Now they shave them to play bass in a post-punk, shoegaze, Midwest emo, new metal, revival, core, garage band."
Angela
I
did
sent that to Vincent.
Angela just sent this to me like a few weeks ago.
So what is the relevance of this meme? Like, why does it make you laugh, or like, what's like the sort of the quality of it?
It made me laugh because I was gonna shave my head and I and I played in a fucking band like that. Yeah.
Men think that going into the pit these days is going into war when it's not.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
That's actually so funny.
Right? They're like, we're gonna start the pit, we're gonna start the pit. It's like, dog.
Yeah. Pick up a job application.
Yeah, how about you get a job? Actually, no, we love,
No,
we
yeah.
love pits, we
Stay
love moshing.
unemployed and come to the show.
Yeah, stay unemployed, keep coming.
Quit your
Yeah.
job, drop out of school,
Yeah. Stay in the
Send-
pit.
send a bomb threat. To your-
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's too much.
Cut.
Come
on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Beep. Anyways,
Yeah, but do you guys like it when, maybe trying to go off of that, like, do you guys like it when people push each other at your shows?
Yes.
and that's that energy. That's, I mean, like, I grew up going to, like, punk shows and everything in Michigan, around, like, the Metro Detroit area and everything. And it's just like what you do. What someone decided, that's what you do. And that's just, like, the reaction. And it's like, fun and, like, freeing just to be like, ooh, spinning around. But there are some people that don't understand that there's methods that you're not supposed to push people into the band, and you're not supposed to, like, punch people in the face and hurt them. Like, it's a calculated chaos that you learn through going to shows and everything. And it's like, I don't know, like a culture in a sense, but yeah. I
And
don't know.
people here do not know how to do it.
A lot of people don't know how to do it, and there's a lot of people that will push others onto us when we're playing, and it's like, hey, like,
Or they'll
let's
think
not
it's
do that.
or they'll think it's like spiteful. Like they think like if you get pushed in the pit, then like they're trying to start a fight with you or something.
But it's not. It's just like, spin with me.
I
Like,
had when Rico Nasty performed at the start of the year for A&O, like fall, whatever. I was like trying to mosh a little bit, and people were looking at me stupid, bro. They were like, "Just jump up and down, bro. Just jump up and down." Hello.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Should we be promoting like horizontal movement in these shows? You know?
Horizontal movement.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, like, you
horizontal.
know, instead of vertical, as
Oh,
you say.
oh,
like,
yeah,
horizontal,
yeah. Yes, we-
Horizontal
We
movement
need
is much more fun.
we need like real pits. I also think like
Yeah.
part of the problem is like it's not like open it up, so then like you can't get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know
So
how
it's
to
like
do
you're
it.
in and you're just trapped. Yeah.
That's what my
But-
sister said. She goes to like all of our shows and everything 'cause she's awesome. And she was like, yeah, me and my friend like went in the pit, and they go to like shows like every weekend in Chicago and everything. They know what they're doing. And like she was like, we like couldn't get out. It was like everyone like built a wall, and it's like you're supposed to bring people in and out and in and out. She was like, they like trapped us in, and we were like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I love that we're like exposing people to new and different types of music and scenes and stuff, but like, I don't know. A lot of it just comes with experience, and I don't. Yeah,
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 it's super fun though, and I love it.
yeah.
All right, I have another Instagram reel. This one's also kind of small, but it says bisexuals if the big pant little top combo was illegal. So, and I have another one actually on the same wavelength.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, this one's like
Wow.
kind of unshowable.
Had to look
This is a
around.
video, but yeah. The questions were the other one was like, I can just give you the transcript, which was like, oh, cool media consumption, like pull down your pants, you know. So my question was, how does sexuality contribute to musical experience? Does queerness, quote unquote, or lack thereof, translate into an aesthetic experience? And I'll also sort of like preface this also by saying like, there seems to be that sort of like upsurge, like in the 21st century of like music being associated with, like alternative music being associated with queerness. And so, how do you guys deal with that, or work within that, and how can it be a good or bad thing?
Okay, I guess I'll speak. I guess like that was
tied.
insane.
We're tied.
Anyway, yeah, I guess there really is like that 90s like gothcore means also being bisexual, but also like, as like an aesthetic commodity, which I guess like in terms of like, I don't know, like making queerness like culturally acceptable is like cool, I guess, but then in like the actual struggle of queer people, like I guess it's hard to find community when people are like virtue signaling with like sambas, like it doesn't mean anything anymore, if that makes sense, but I'm sorry. But like, yeah, on one hand I guess it's like it's cool for normalization, but on the other hand, like I don't know, like it can make it harder to like express actual struggles of queerness because it looks mainstream.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like, I remember when last year, like spring, like I was late to the Chapel Roan train, but apparently everybody was on that, and like it was kind of like a jarring experience because everybody was like, I was at like a theater show and that they played it and everybody like sort of got up and jumped in joy. I'm like, what's going on? And yeah, I'm thinking I'm kind of relating it to that moment where it's like, and with like Charlie XCX, I guess. How has that moment been for music more generally, maybe?
I guess, I don't know, it's like, if you're gonna support it, support it. Like, if you're gonna be out here, like, Chapel Roan is my favorite artist, this and that, but then not give a damn about lesbians that you know, and, like, queer, like movements and everything like that, then it's just, I don't know, it's like, that's why I like queer punk and everything, because it's, I don't know, it's like a movement, and there's a lot of, like, actionable things going on, like, this, like, trans group called, like, Gloss that I know, it's like, I don't know, I feel like at small, like, community things, there'll be, like, fundraising, and it will be actually, like, helping the community rather than, like, I don't know, being some, like bigger pop thing, like, but no, I mean, no hate to Chapel Roan, like, she makes good music, but, like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Similar to what Nyla was saying, like, when these things break through the mainstream, like, things like, I don't know, Brat or Chapel Roan or something like that, they're commodified and aestheticized, and so, yeah, just important to make sure that you're, like, supporting the causes behind the art that you're consuming.
Right.
All right, cool. I have one more Instagram reel. This one is actually by a Northwestern group. This is Local Mojo's reel, which they were like, guys, like, we need local music, like, on campus, shit like that. Join us, yeah, for raves and house shows and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, what do you think about Northwestern in general? Like, what's the scene like from your experience?
No shade to any bands who are at Northwestern campus. We love sharing bills with you guys, and we love that there's a scene in the first place. Although, I don't know if I speak for the rest of the band, but I find the music scene to be very apolitical and inoffensive. And when it came back to when me and Angelina were first wanting to make a band in the first place, it came from a place of us not hearing the type of music that we like, or that we feel is representative of, like, DIY underground spaces. I know Angelina said this before, she's very, I don't know, Detroit music. I'm from Denver, there's a huge punk scene over there, and I've been going to shows for quite a while. And so when I came to Northwestern and I was checking out these, like, basement shows, and it wasn't the type of music that I was used to, and I don't know, it lacked an edge.
Yeah, and there's no hate to just, like, having fun and listening to music on the weekend and everything, but it's just, like, yeah, what Vincent was saying, like, at least when I first came here and I was like, oh, like, basement show this weekend, I was like, oh my gosh, like, wait, I'm so ready to mosh and have a good time and, like, check out all these new bands and whatnot. And then I don't know. Like, I guess I was just a little disappointed because it was like covers of like just like random pop songs, and I was kind of like, oh, like I guess this isn't really like my thing. Yeah, I mean I guess that's just what people enjoy here, and I'm not hating on them for that, but I just like, for me, I'm like not totally the thing I enjoy the most.
Yeah, I also feel like a lot of people here are scared to be alternative, you know, like
Yeah.
I just think people are not willing to like express themselves like the way we do with our music, because they're scared people won't like it because it's not popular or something like that. And I'm glad we're doing it, because it's great. Like we're being ourselves, and we're putting our music out there for people to enjoy. And we encourage everybody else to do the same thing. Like, if you want to be alternative, just do it. You know, don't be scared. You know, that's what I think.
Why do you think students still form bands, as opposed to, you know, like, I mean, there are students who join, like, you know, orchestras or become DJs. So what's the particular appeal of picking up a guitar or a drum or a bass or a microphone?
Fucking fun, bro. It's fucking fun. It's so fun. Fucking going to book club and driving in the car like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
just
there,
like
getting dinner together before the show.
Yeah.
You know, playing in
Family
the
vibes.
basements.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that shit in orchestra. It's so like, orchestra is too professional for me. I love being fucking raw. You know, it's raw and savage, and I love being raw and savage. It's a much more
Yes, speak on it.
it's a much more energetic, liberating way of playing music, and 100% over orchestra. You know.
Yeah.
I think especially here, like, it lends itself to more like grassroots ways, because being in is so
Yeah.
exclusive and also like repressive, and well, like, if they see that you use your drum kit, they'll hide it. So like, I feel like
Right.
that's really the only way to go about it if you're not in being it. Yeah.
I think also, like, when you're performing music, not only, like, let's say you're playing at a house show. I mean, I'm going to assume that you're playing covers that you like or originals that you like. So not only are you in a space where you get to dance and celebrate to the type of music that you like, but you're also the one performing it. And so I think for some students, there's the performance quality of it. You get to enjoy good music, but you also, I don't know.
Also, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's just like an awesome outlet for me, because I've always been like into singing and everything, but I've never liked musical theater, and I've never wanted to do like, I just never knew like where I could sing, because I feel like my voice doesn't really lend itself to like like type shit and everything, and yeah, and I don't know, it's just it's really fun being like a female fronted like screamo type group, because you really don't get that in a lot of places, even when you go out in Chicago and everything. It's like, I mean, not too rare, but it's a little rare, and yeah, it's just a really good time.
Yeah, also, we write our own music. You don't get that chance to write your own thing if you're an orchestra or a DJ. You're using other people's songs, and that's not a bad thing. That's sampling, but I don't want to be a cover band. I don't want to not write my own music. I want to like write something, because that really fulfills me personally. Because like it's my work, and it's something that I can give to the world for people to enjoy. You know.
You guys mainly, as far as I've watched you guys, go into basements, house basements. What's your favorite basement to play in?
Basement, or just like, can it be a house?
Yeah, a house or a basement or a house or anywhere. Or like a group you play for. Like, what's your favorite performance condition?
I like open spaces. A lot of the basements here are super cramped.
Really sweaty. It's a part of the vibe, but sometimes I'm like dripping. It's a little too much.
The last house show we did in the living room,
That was kind of a vibe.
That was a
low-key
vibe.
my favorite.
That was
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt like cinematic. It was just like funny. It was like when you think of typical collegiate like party, you're like, someone's on the couch, like someone's on the fucking chandelier. Like, it literally felt like that. It was so fun.
Shout out to the people at 825 Simpson for letting us destroy their
Yeah,
living room.
they were great sports about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, we stayed to clean up because we are also good sports.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
Also, crew basement's the biggest one. I
Yes,
feel like.
honestly, shouts out like
Yeah.
Iggy and the crew
Crew
people.
house. Thank
Our
you,
drummer
guys.
Ty, he's a part of like the rowing team, and they've supported us so much. They have a house, and they're always like so hyped for us, allowing us to host there, and yeah, they've just been like great like liaisons, you know.
What can you say about NU parties / the NU party scene? Yeah, like is it a good vibe? Is it a bad vibe? What's up with it?
What are you seeing?
Yeah, everybody here.
Party scene.
Everybody here is super academic. So you know, studies first, and when it comes to parties, if they throw them. I don't know. I hate to be a dick.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm also like a studies first person because I like getting A's and whatnot, like any good Northwestern student. So, I mean, like yeah, it could be better, but it's like I get that everyone's just like so busy. But I just really like that we're able to contribute to like trying our best to like make as many like fun events for people. Because I remember freshman year, like it would get rough. We'd be texting each other. We'd be like, "Is there anything to do tonight?" And it'd be like, "No, unless you want to go to Chicago." And it's like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, parties are like you just go to a house and you drink and you listen to the same 2010 songs over and over again.
And sometimes
So-
that can be the vibe, but
It could be a vibe,
sometimes,
but then
yeah,
it gets repetitive.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it when we have our own party as a band. You know, like we make the party ourselves.
Random, but like I feel like there's been, us included, not to like toot our own horn, but like a resurgence of like people trying to make fun events, like the stuff that we've been doing, and we pair up a lot with our friend Ashley, who's a DJ, and then also like the Praddock. It's like this comedy, like this group of people who do comedy in their attic, and it's like every Monday, and I feel like that has really just added like a new fun thing to do here that people are like really deeply craving.
Yeah, there's really not many like continuous things. Like I guess there's like frats and there's like fundies, and then there's just like the random house show every now and then.
Who's like your crowd on campus? Do you guys have like a sustainable or like a sustained audience?
The ducks.
Yes.
Oh,
The ducks. The ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a handful of people who come and see us every show. We love them dearly. Sometimes we call them the ducks.
It's like six.
it's an endearing. That's an
Yeah, it's
endearing.
not a
term.
bad
not
thing,
like
yeah.
No.
a little
Because
ducky.
yeah, they're our ducklings.
Yeah.
And then we talk to them. We feed the ducks. Like,
Okay. Or like if we ever made like a fan base, or if there was ever a fan base for Static Transmission, like
The ducks.
those would be our ducks.
The
They're the
ducks.
ducks.
All right. I'll end the interview by asking, what is your message to the people? Anything you want to get off your chest or tell people to do? And maybe what's your favorite album as well?
Come to our shows. Look out for our music on streaming. Buy our merch.
Merch coming out.
Merch coming out. I think probably by the time this is up, merch will be out. Single might not be too far off.
Oh, don't sting
Oh.
him.
Me, bitch.
Don't sting him. Anyways.
Listen.
Crazy.
Also, just like continue to keep seeking cool experiences and don't be afraid to have
Yeah.
fun and to be alternative because
Yeah.
life is so much brighter on the
Mhm.
other side.
Yeah, don't be scared of things that are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't-
be yourself.
Yeah.
Stop being fucking scared.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
Be
And
yourself.
Don't just dress cool. Go outside and do cool things.
Exactly.
Favorite
Be
record.
the person you want to be instead of looking like the
Exactly.
person you want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like fucking, I don't know, go to a protest. Sign a petition. Do some shit.
Hi.
Be open minded, bro. Do new shit.
Yeah.
Don't
Go
do the same
outside and be
shit.
intentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like meditate. You know?
Yeah, yeah, you
Lie
know
on the
what?
grass
Yeah.
on Deering Meadow. Just like feel the sun on your skin. You know what I mean?
feel the rain on your skin.
So true.
Yeah.
Favorite record, Veteran by Epic Mafia.
Which one?
Veteran.
Veteran by
That's a good
Epic Mafia.
Really?
Real. I'd say Hot Trip to Heaven by Love and Rockets.
I like Slow Dive self-titled.
Probably just like the Twin Peaks score. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for this interview. Yeah, I just cut the interview there.